Report.
What up, world? Welcome to this edition of the Renegade Report with the last of the Bowser Boys, first of the Grider Gang, and a former general in Chudy's army. It's Kenny Calvin. And today, I am joined with Associate AD, Mr. Keith Ford. How you doing, sir?
Good, Kenny. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Fantastic night on campus last night, right?
Oh, great night. Great night. Two wins. Men's women's basketball. Both got wins at home.
Beautiful.
Can't get better than that.
Beautiful. Definitely a better week than last week. I know we struggled a bit last week.
Yeah.
You know, I was able to talk to Coach Dahl during the halftime show of the men's game, and everything that she talked about came to fruition in the women's game. It was beautiful to see.
Yeah. That was. I thought that was one of the better games they've played all year.
Definitely.
You know, got a lot of contributions from different players, and a lot of kids were able to play. So
Absolutely.
So
one of the things Coach touched on was just the challenge of getting the freshmen to trust her leadership. You know, and she talked about how great Jasmine Rodriguez and some of the sophomores are, but the struggle that happened last week was just a result of some of the younger players when they came into the game not having faith in the system. So to see that ship righted last night was beautiful.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. That's the hard part when you bring freshmen, right? It's such a different game going from high school to college.
Absolutely.
No matter if it's, junior college, Division I, Division II, it doesn't matter. It's still a different game,
Definitely.
right? Coaches have a different philosophy than your high school coach. And, to get these kids to buy into what you're trying to do because they've never seen it or, right, they don't understand.
I agree.
And once they buy in, it clicks with them.
Absolutely.
Then they're like, "Oh, that's what you meant."
That's what you
right?
meant.
That's how it works.
Yeah. So last night, I'm just seeing all the smiles that took place made me feel 10 times better because I had a couple tough conversations last week. Some of the stuff I probably should have left off the air, but just seeing the smiles on some of the younger players' faces made me feel good for Coach Dahl because it gives her that reassurance that her message is being received.
Well, and it's nice to see kids that don't get a lot of playing time, right? Being able to play,
absolutely.
and that helps, right? That helps that process,
Definitely,
right? Because when you're in close games all year and you're not, the top 7 or 8 players, and you're not getting a lot of time, right? It's harder to, see yourself as being a part of the team, right? And so when you get a game like that and you get all those kids playing time, right? It's easier for them to understand the concept and what's happening and get them to buy in.
Beautiful experience. I literally got goosebumps watching them struggle in the beginning of the game and then coming out after the half and just playing phenomenal to finish the game. And it ended up being a large blowout for pretty much. And for the first 5 minutes, it looked like we were going to struggle again.
Yeah.
So let's transition into the men. Men are playing fantastic right now. Undersized, most of the time. I saw guys on the floor last night for Santa Monica 6'6", 6'9", 6'8".
They were definitely big.
Yeah, they were big. They were long.
Yeah.
But we got guys like Marcus Jones.
Oh, you got a bunch of guys on that men's team that, right, they all work their tails off.
Yes.
There's no quit, right? They're
fantastic.
You can call them an underdog, you can call them whatever they want, but that doesn't mean anything to them.
Oh,
right? They don't.
Definitely.
And they just go out and play hard. I mean, you saw there was a couple times late in the game, and you were there because you're doing a live stream. But late in the game, when they cut the lead to 4 under a minute, and they were shooting free throws, and they missed a big free throw, and Shahada.
They did.
Right.
Yep.
Shahada, who's not. I mean, was he 6 foot? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We're being nice by saying 6 foot.
He got that rebound. I mean, he got off the floor in a hurry, and he got that. I mean, it looked like guys were standing still.
They definitely did.
How quick he got off the floor and boxed out and got the rebound. And you look at it and say, oh, it was a rebound. But at that point in the game, that's a huge rebound.
Those are game-winning plays.
Right? That's a huge rebound because if he doesn't get it, right, they get it, get back get a basket, get back within 2.
Absolutely.
With, now you're 50 seconds left.
Yes.
One possession, 50 seconds left. Heck, there's 10 or 12 more points to be scored in 50 seconds in that kind of game.
Absolutely. Speaking of Shahada Camp, leading the division in scoring at 19 points per game. One of my favorite players I saw coming off the bench last year. Now he's our leader. But one thing about the team that I'm seeing, there's not one guy, there's no me guys on this team.
Yeah.
Last year we had that issue, definitely a lot of friction in the locker room. And Coach Hughes managed that tremendously. But one of the things I heard Coach talk about last night and last week when we had an opportunity to interview him, or a couple weeks ago, he just raved at how this is a team of quality guys that put the name on the front first and not the name on the back. And that's the thing that I've enjoyed most.
Yeah, and you saw last night, right? 3 or 4 different guys, knocking down threes in the first.
Yes.
And they had to shoot some rainbows.
Yes, Castillo
Because
knocking
you had
some down.
6'5", 6'7" guys coming out and defending on the perimeter.
Absolutely.
And I think it was Aeneas maybe.
Madrano, yes.
Someone hit one deep from the top, and that thing was wet when it came down.
Oh, yeah, it's burning the net, son.
That went so high in the air. I mean, he had to because he had to get it over the big guy. But
Yes.
I mean, but like I said, you get 3 or 4 guys knocking down threes, right? And then that changes the way. It changes the way that Santa Monica had to play, right? Because now
Yes,
they
it
have to
did.
come out and defend. Takes the bigs away from the basket. Now you got guys driving.
Frustrated them a lot,
Yeah.
too. You start
Yeah.
seeing those bigger guys that had 8 inches on some of the guys that they're having to defend them in the paint.
Yeah.
They're getting offensive fouls because they're so frustrated. And it's just the intensity that the guys have. So I'm definitely proud of Coach Hughes and the basketball team. And doing so well in conference, we may be playing for the championship next week.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to put the cart ahead of the horse, right? But
Knock on
we
wood.
got 3 games left. We take care of business. That last game could be for all the marbles.
Man, and it's just a testament of Coach Hughes' ability to work with whatever he has.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, going into the season, if you asked him if he thought he'd be in this position, I don't think he would have said, "Yeah, I think we'll be in that kind of position."
Yeah, he definitely said that yesterday as
Yeah.
well. 'Cause he was like, man, who would think that we would come and continue to compete at this
You know,
level?
and I think, like you were saying, right? It's a team, but I think Shahada has really grown a lot since last year. Not just
agree.
not just as a basketball player, but as a person and a leader.
I agree.
Aeneas, who didn't really play a ton last year,
It's playing lights out.
getting a lot of time, and when he gets time and gets the ball in his hand, he's knocking down shots.
Inside and out, too. I
Yeah,
thought he was
yeah.
just this traditional three-point
Yeah.
guy. He was attacking the basket like
Yeah,
none other
yeah.
last night.
No, absolutely. So, again, when you get new guys coming in as a freshman, right, you don't always know what to expect. You know what they did in high school. Again, it's a different level.
Absolutely.
So you don't know what to expect from them. And so I think, I think Coach would say that he's, pleasantly surprised at,
Absolutely.
at what's happened this year so far. So,
Overachieving.
yep.
True indeed. So let's talk baseball a bit. Baseball's on fire as well, Coach P and the team.
We've had some rain issues, weather issues. We had to move a couple games to campus that were on the road to get them in. It's worked. The other night we gave one away. We had lead in the 8th inning, and just had a bad 8th inning and gave up some runs, and
Which happens.
Yeah, but we're standing at 6-1, I believe, right now.
It's fantastic.
Huge series this weekend against El Camino. Actually starting tonight.
Oh,
They're one of the top teams in the state.
always.
So it's a good early test. We'll see what happens.
Will we be at home this weekend?
Yeah, tonight at 6 o'clock, tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and then Saturday at 12.
Okay.
Against El Camino. So
Great.
It's a huge series early in the year, but it's a huge series. Kind of measuring stick to see where we're at.
Beautiful. So, hey, all of you guys watching on Bakersfield.com, let's go ahead and get the Valitics. Come out and support BC baseball tonight as they begin this series versus El Camino. I love watching and have an opportunity, even when I don't get to call games. I love sitting up there. I teased Coach P about his playlist. Some of the songs that come on that playlist.
But when the kids play their music, I tune it out.
Oh yeah.
I can't listen to the baseball playlist.
I agree because
I just count down to minutes until Steve Lynch can get there and play some of his '80s.
yeah, Keith, I'm telling you, the days that I've subbed for Lynch, and I'm like, whose playlist is this? I'm like, players, is this one of yours? And they're like, no, that's Coach P's playlist. So some of those.
I don't think it's Coach P's, but
Well, I'm just going off what one of the players told me.
Yeah.
We may have to check with Coach P and see what he's listening to. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I definitely have laughed my tail off at some of the songs that come on in the playlist. But let's transition to softball a bit. Women's softball, how we doing?
We're doing all right. I mean, again, a lot of weather issues. You know, we had to play that. We played that first series at home because of something with Mount Saxfield. That wasn't weather related, but last week we had some rainouts and stuff. So, I mean, hopefully now the rain stopping, we can get some games in. You know, again, and we're on the road until, another 2 weeks or something.
Okay.
So, road warriors, right?
Yeah. They did such a great job on the road last year. I know we haven't had the start that we hoped for from a women's softball perspective, but I think being on the road in this moment so early in the conference can help give you something to fight for towards the end of the year when you're coming back home and you use that momentum to finish right.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
But I think it's a good group of kids. Kylie's back, so you're going to be in every game that she's throwing. You're going to be in right there, till the end. So, and it looks like we got a little bit of power. She had some power last year, but we have a couple other girls with some power. So, I think once we get on a kind of normal schedule, right? Because the weather throws you off. Now you're not playing for
delays.
Weeks at a time and all that stuff. So once the weather breaks and we're playing on a regular basis, I think things will change a little bit. And
I agree.
So
all right, so I went to Barrington's Jamaican Kitchen. Barrington Lewis, one of our Hall of Fame BC track guys, and first person I see sticking his head out is Coach Courtney sitting in there. So, got to ask you how our track and field team are doing. I know it's early, but we've had a couple of meets so far.
So we're actually home tomorrow. We're hosting a big meet tomorrow.
Beautiful.
9 schools. So that starts 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. So
nice.
Again, to be home and
Well, thinking about that, it kind of leads me to ask you, because I know track needs to track, and we have other sports taking place on the field that trains on the field. Kind of switching gears a bit and asking about what's the timeline on our upgrades and repairs for the field? So
right now, the field and the track. Right, it's phase 1 of the project. I know Brandon mentioned a little bit last week. That's actually scheduled to start here later in March.
Okay.
If everything goes as planned and all the approvals and all that things are done on time, it'll start in late March.
Nice.
And the plan is to hopefully have it ready at the end of August for football.
Well, I got to tell you, everywhere I go, since we've leaked some of the information, I'm getting asked left and right. Kenny, what's coming? What are we doing? I heard you guys get in the field. I heard you get in the Jumbotron track.
Well, so phase 1, right, is the track in the field. Phase 2, right, is new lights, new PA system, which, right, that stuff is
ancient,
original from 1955 or whatever year. An elevator to the press box. So now
nice.
you and Vance still will probably need an escort, or he might want a foot massage or something on the way up. But
Keith, I know one team who will appreciate that is Bakersfield.com, because all that equipment.
Lugging that equipment up. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and it helps too with the coaches, getting the coaches right.
Yes.
Because they got such a short window and got to go a pretty good distance at halftime to get to the locker room, right? So by the time they get down there, they have to turn around and come back. So they're only getting a few minutes with the team. So hopefully that solves some of those problems. And then they're also I think there's going to be some renovations to the press box, concession stands, restrooms, renovations to that, and then, a video board as well.
Nice.
So
that's beautiful.
That's going to be the video board going to be something special. So,
I just got goosebumps just thinking about it. I'm going to throw in a little suggestion for the Dameron deck. We should try to get a picture of Coach Dameron put up there. Would that be possible?
On the deck?
Yeah, on the deck. or a little plaque or something dedicated to Coach D.
No, we can.
I'm shooting for you, Coach. I'm trying.
We can look at that. We can look at that.
All right, I'm just
We can
throwing
look
it
at
out
that.
there.
Yeah, we can look at
One of
that.
my favorite coaches of all
But
time.
but the video board, right? You just think it, right? The scoreboard you look at right now,
Oh man.
right? I mean, that's a dinosaur.
Oh yeah, it definitely
Right.
is.
So everything will be digital. I mean, you just think of the nicest video board you've seen, right?
Yes.
Compared to a scoreboard that has individual light bulbs in it.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
even have LEDs in it, right?
Yes, true classic light
Yeah,
bulbs.
yeah,
So,
so-
speaking of our field, and before we go to break, I'm going to say this because I saw it on one of the news outlets yesterday. I saw one of the news outlets put a request in for the Oakland Raiders
Yeah,
to
that's-
play at BC. Where is this coming from?
So, my wife is my source of social media content.
Okay.
Because I'm not on social media. So yesterday morning before I left for the office, she said that I think Mike Hart mentioned something.
Okay, so it was Hart.
just a small blurb, nothing big.
Yeah.
But then someone at I think 23 kind of expanded on that and got into saying how it would be great to do that. I mean, would it be great? Yeah, but is it? We can't host them. I mean,
Yes, this doesn't
it-
sound
it
realistic
doesn't-
from our
no, it's
perspective,
not. I mean,
right?
you're talking about a stadium that doesn't have any suites,
Yes.
a tiny little press box.
Yeah, all the press
We
that's
still have
needed.
to have classes and practice, and then where are they going to practice? I mean,
Yeah, it's just
so
this mess
so
to think
people
about.
are pipe dreaming, right?
Well, I'm a Raider fan, so I wouldn't be
Yeah.
mad at it.
So, I mean, for how great it would be if we had the facility to do it.
Yeah,
we don't have the facility. To
Yeah,
do
maybe
it.
in 5 years,
Yeah.
right?
So I was in San Antonio, right, when they had the Hurricane Katrina, right? So everybody from Louisiana was coming to San
Wow.
Antonio, and so the Saints had to actually come and play in the Alamo Dome.
Wow.
And at that time, right, that's when there was a lot of talk about Raiders moving and maybe the Saints moving. So all of a sudden, you had both those teams were going to move to San Antonio
Yeah, I
and play in the
remember
Alamo Dome.
hearing that.
The problem is, right, the Alamo Dome, right, 65,000 seats, but their suite. I mean, it's outdated. Their suites are tiny. It's not like the amenities you have now, right?
Absolutely.
The NFL is not going to put a team in there, and
Yeah.
team's not going to want to go in there because there's not luxury seat money, right? Because in the NFL,
Yeah, that's where the money comes from.
The NFL, you split the general seat money, right? It's a profit share.
True.
But any premium seat goes to the home team.
Absolutely.
So if the home team not going to benefit from premium seats,
Man, get
they're
it
not.
out
That's
here.
too much money to lose, right?
Get it out of here. Well,
So-
well, hey guys, I tried, man. I tried to get these Raiders out here. I was gonna see what happened. My wife also was the person that told me, "Y'all getting the Raiders?" I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"What?
yeah.
What are you talking about?" But Keith, I appreciate your time. I know you got tons to do. Thanks for helping come and fill one of these segments for us. We're gonna meet with Miss Penelope Zepeda of BC Women's Volleyball right after this. But if you need me, I'm on speed dial, Keith.
I appreciate it, Kenny. Thanks for all you do for us. I might be calling you for next weekend, actually.
No, well, hey,
So-
dream opportunity to be used. Use me up, Keith.
We will, Kenny. We
All right.
will.
This
All
is
right.
Kenny Calvin, Associate AD Keith Ford. We'll be right back after the break with Penelope Zepeda of BC Beach Volleyball.
The holidays didn't bring that new car you were hoping for? Well, 3 ways